this one. And possibly most important of all, we have an ultrasound program where the councils purchase ultrasound machines for life-affirming pregnancy care centers. I'm happy to say that in the past few years, the Knights have obtained over 1,200 ultrasounds for pregnancy centers. Today is the National Day of Remembrance for Aborted Children. On this day, we make a special expression of honoring our missing brothers and sisters who were never allowed to see the light of day. We use this time to renew our commitment of ending the injustice of abortion. These are terrible times, especially in the state of Oregon. Last year alone, in 2020, there were 5,935 abortions in this state. We have a governor who used the pandemic to close all our churches while keeping open abortion facilities and marijuana dispensaries. The same governor has also made it compulsory that we pay for abortions through the use of our tax money. In June, our state legislature, both the House and the Senate, voted against the Born Alive Infants Protection Act, which would have required medical care to be provided to a child who happens to survive an abortion. That means our state legislators have approved infanticide. And you probably remember in 2018 how Measure 106, which would have prevented our tax money from paying for abortions, was defeated by roughly a 2-to-1 margin. And of course, going in the other direction, Oregon in 1994 became the first jurisdiction in the world to legalize physician-assisted suicide. So we are killing our population both at the very beginning and at the end. These are terrible times, especially in Oregon. So what can we do? What should we do? Many of us have done everything within our power to try to protect children and eliminate abortion. And where has it gotten us? We freeze in the winter and melt in the summer during prayer vigils for the unborn. We get called vile names and are labeled as crazy by persons unable to acknowledge the value of unborn life. And at the end of the day, when we watch or listen to the news, it is clear we are part of an unpopular minority. It would appear to any sane person that we are on the losing side. Why do we even bother? Well, we know why we bother, why we keep fighting in this battle. We continue because we know every child who was lost to abortion deserved to continue living. We fight the battle for life because each of us is called to defend the defenseless, even when at times it seems hopeless. Now, I want to read something President Ronald Reagan said in a speech on March 8, 1983. More than a decade ago, a Supreme Court decision literally wiped off the books of 50 states statutes protecting the rights of unborn children. Abortion on demand now takes the lives of up to 1.5 million unborn children a year. Human life legislation ending this tragedy will someday pass the Congress, and you and I must never rest until it does. Unless doesn't until it can be proven that the unborn child is not a living entity, then its right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness must be protected. Unquote. So did you catch that? Ronald Reagan predicted that Congress will eventually pass legislation to end abortion. He didn't say when, and he said we must never rest until that legislation does pass. So it's coming. When, I cannot say, but it is coming. And there are glimmers of hope. I'm sure most of you have heard that Texas recently passed a heartbeat law which prohibits the abortion of a child after its heartbeat is detected. And the Supreme Court surprised just about everyone when it said that law can stand even while it is being challenged in court. Now, the margin was mighty close, 5-4, but thanks to a former pro-life administration, there were enough justices to vote to let it stand. Now, what can we do here in Oregon? Well, we are already doing something just by being here at this ceremony and showing care and respect for victims of abortion and demonstrating that they are worthy of dignity and of being remembered. Then later this month, next week actually, there will start 5 40 Days for Life campaigns here in Oregon, in Bend, Klamath Falls, Portland, Salem, and Eugene. These are special opportunities to pray in front of abortion facilities, and we have seen where praying for life at places of abortion and talking to the people going inside does save lives. We can defend the unborn just by speaking up when we hear someone say, I don't believe I have the right to someone what they can and can't do with their body. We can respond by telling them, I don't believe anyone has a right to destroy a human life, no matter what stage of development he or she is. We can talk to the leaders of our faith communities and encourage them to be more assertive in the defense of life. We can contact the local Right to Life chapter, there is one in almost every county, and help them with their activities. We can visit a pregnancy resource center and see what their needs are. They can always use help in the way of money, materials, and volunteers. And we can make our government leaders aware that we want them to work to defend life, not to take it. If they don't pay attention to us, then it is time to work for the election of leaders who will. So will we ever see an end to legalized abortion in Oregon and the rest of the United States? I believe we will. But it will take effort, years of effort, before we succeed in changing culture to one that supports life instead of denigrating it. Yes, this may be a daunting challenge, but it is one that we can face. We are going to work to end abortion, and someday we are going to succeed in ending abortion. That is why we exist today, to do what we can to protect our coming generations. Our unborn children are counting on us. Let's not disappoint them.